What's up guys, Ninth Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video. My voice is disgusting today, but we are doing some more team building today. Now, so as you all most likely know, if you don't know, the ban list is just happening. And Series 6 is about to activate, is about to start here in about 6 or 7 days. So, how many days are you talking? Is it 30 or 31? I don't know. I'll never remember that. I know there's like a trick with like your fist and like, whatever. Anyway, so, yeah, it's starting very soon is essentially, you know, what I'm trying to say here. So we're doing some building, you know, a lot of days this week and next week, we're going to be doing team building series where we build teams. And, so a lot of people have talked about how they hate that I just do, for these videos, I just do like a lot of spreads of 252, 252, so we're going to calculate a little bit more this time with most of my Pokemon. And, you know, Lapras is a great Pokemon to calc stuff with because of Aurora Veil. So you have a lot of different means of, you know, minimizing damage. You also have means of being bulky, especially with, like, Lapras can play bulky, can be not bulky and just very offensive. So there's a lot of different ways to play Lapras. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth into this video since, you know, everybody's playing Series 5 still on Showdown on the ladder. So what we're going to do is we're pretty much just going to do a long team build episode and then not battle this time. Maybe like the rest of the week. Maybe we'll start doing some, I don't know. You guys tell me if you like the long series where we get a little bit more in depth, or if you'd rather it be a little bit shorter of a video, like a 20-25 minutes, or if you want it to be like 30-40 minutes. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to be. We're just going to talk about this team for a while. Anyway, 2 minutes into the video, I still haven't even talked about anything Pokemon, so let's go ahead and talk about some Pokemon stuff. So, Lapras G-Max. Now, if you don't know why Lapras G-Max is so good, it has the move, you know, Max Resonance that gives it a really, really powerful G-Max attack that also has the effect of Aurora Veil. For the next 5 turns, you take 25% less damage, both of your Pokemon. So, it's really, really, really strong. And yeah, that's an amazing move. Like, it's an amazing move. And Lapras saw a lot of good play. Lapras G-Max saw a lot of play, you know, recently in Series 5 and before. And, you know, now we have Lapras G-Max, like, without any of the Series 5 Pokemon with 16 bans. And so I think Lapras is going to be a very, very predominant Pokemon in the format. One of the better Pokemon that you can do. So we are going to be building around it. Now, there are two main ways to play Lapras. Lapras G-Max, let me say. So first one is Light Clay. Bulky Light Clay, designed to stick around for a couple of turns. It's pretty good. There's actually 3 ways. We're going to talk about all 3 ways. So Light Clay, pretty good. There was a, Light Clay, pretty good. It gives you 8 turns instead of 5 for Aurora Veil or for your G-Max Resonance. So now you have 8 turns of, you know, accentuated bulk. I don't think that's, I use that term right, but 8 turns instead of 5 turns of 25% damage reduction for both of your Pokemon. So it's very, very, very solid. Light Clay is a great way to play it. This is the way that I think I got the most success, like on ladder and stuff, with Light Clay. Bulky Lapras, I think it's really good. Now, another way that you can play it is Life Orb Offensive, with like max speed, max special attack, and then like running something like Talonflame for, you know, like Tailwind with Gale Wings. It's really cool. That's a really cool way to play this as well. So that's the way that I'm going to do right now. We might visit both. We might make a Lapras team for both of them today, depending on how much time it takes. Maybe we'll do another video for Lapras this week or next week on like a bulky Light Clay variant. But for now, what we were doing is Life Orb. Very, very offensive. That's the plan. That's what we're doing. So let's get into it. So Talonflame in Lapras. This is going to be the lead that we lead a lot of the time. Because it gives us that Tailwind nature, as well as Lapras bulk for your Pokemon. And it also just does really good damage. I mean, our special attack at 85 is not insane or anything, but Life Orb, you know, plus, like, max moves, does a lot of damage. So that's essentially, you know, what you want to do. Talonflame, we have Tailwind. We also are going to go with Taunt on this as well. So, like, essentially, the reasoning for Taunt is you don't really want Trick Room up. And, like, the best Trick Room users right now are not really using Follow Me on their side most of the time. You might see like some Rage Powder and Moongus next to your Dusclops or something on the other side, but you know, then you have 2 good taunt targets, and then you're just taunting whatever. You know, and then if they Rage Powder, you still taunt them, and then they can't use their Amoonguss for like a couple of turns, because they have to switch out, and then you just start dealing damage on other Pokemon, and it can end up being like pretty solid anyway. Same if they like open Clefairy and a Trick Room Setter, but then they're probably not dealing any damage unless that Trick Room Setter is like Hatterene. But most of the time, like the Trick Room Setter is going to be like Dusclops, right? Because like Dusclops is like probably our most absurd Trick Room Setter right now, and I don't think that's really arguable as far as like bulky, not doing damage Trick Room Setters. But like, you know, Dusclops can do some damage too, like Pain Split, Nightshade, and even Will-O-Wisp for like tick damage, so that's good as well. Anyway, we're not talking about those Pokemon, we're talking about these. So Lapras, Talonflame, that is essentially what we're doing. Probably gonna go with Water Absorb just to give it that water immunity. It's fine. Shell Armor is also very good because then we can't get hit by a critical hit, which is good. Although we did lose Crit Kiss from that, so I don't really care about getting critted that much. I don't think it's gonna happen very frequently. I mean, I guess you can. I guess Urshifu, and I think Urshifu is gonna be a big Pokemon in this format, and actually, definitely because close combat does a lot of damage, so we might as well go ahead and stop that from happening. Like water damage, like we're not too worried about that. So it's whatever. Anyway, this Pokemon is very naturally bulky. 130 HP as well as 80 defense and 95 special defense is really good. We're not going to just go 252 right off the bat. I do want to make sure that we can outspeed everything really, really relevant. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at speed tiers real quick and hit Weavile, I think. I think Weavile is the, you know, one of the most, one of the fastest Pokemon. We're not going to be outspeeding any of these weather guys. I think at max speed, what do we hit? We hit like 123 or something. Timid, yeah, 123. So I mean, at max speed we hit 246, which is not fast enough to outspeed Kingdra. It's not fast enough to outspeed anything really. Sandslash, I think like Sandslash is faster in its sand. So like, and none of the Scarf Pokemon we're gonna be outspeeding. Things like the Hydreigon outspeeds us still. You know, like Darmanitan, Galar outspeeds us. All of these guys outspeed us. Hydreigon's up here at 247, and even if it goes without, what was it hit? Like it's not. It's still 225, which we can outspeed. But like, I don't really think it's worth to like go into all of that. So what we're gonna do, actually, you know what? Maybe we do want to outspeed just that, right? Because then we also had Form Change Rotom. It's Scarf. So, and Komodo after a Clangorous Soul. So that's all pretty good to be up here at this speed. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. 227, 228 range. Outspeeds a lot. We're real fast. Other than that, like 204 is I think it's 204, right? Or 205? My chest hurt. 205? Wait, where's Weavile? Hold on, wait, where's Weavile? Jolly Nature. Where are you? 194, okay. So actually, like, we don't really need to worry about that too much. So 194. We can outspeed Weavile. And that'll let us set up our screens real fast, which is really good. We can also just hit Max Geyser into that other guy, Colossal, that we typically be next to. So that's really good. And like if they go for a fake out, then I guess whatever, you know, we'll still be able to attack before Colossal because of max speed. So all right, so that's what we're gonna do. We have to outspeed 194 plus 1. 194, 92. Is that right? Wait, that's wrong, right? Am I an idiot? I think I'm dumb. 92. You're all sitting there like, dude, what are you doing? I'm just gonna pull up a calculator, man, because that's just dumb. 194 divided by 2 is 97. I'm sitting here like 92. Like, how do you do quick math? 97. Anyway, so we're gonna get to 98. Which is what I want to do here. And I don't think I need to go Timid. I think we're probably going to go with Modest because we can hit that without doing anything else. All right, 98. So then we'll go to 196 at ×2, and then we're real fast and real strong. All right, so we're gonna go to 252 special attack, and then I guess I'm just gonna put the rest in HP, most likely, since we're gonna Dynamax anyway, or Gigantamax rather. So I think I like that. Life Orb, Shell Armor. We're gonna go with this spread for right now. 190, 196. It's really fast. Like Hydreigon, I guess like Hydreigon Flash Cannon. Let's look at this real quick. Flash Cannon. And you know what? Draco Meteor might just do more damage anyway. So let's look up Lapras. This was what, 116, I think. Yeah, 116. And Dynamax. And no special defense bulk, and like I don't care for right now. This is just defensive calc. Doing no damage at all. Even if it's like Life Orb, Dynamax, Flash Cannon, it does no damage whatsoever. So that's cool. That's pretty good. So we don't have to worry about that. What else outspeeds us that we don't like think? What, like Komodo? I mean, I've heard some hype behind Komodo. Like Komodo has been pretty hype here recently, in the community. So let's go ahead and get that figured out. Close combat, max close combat, without max, and Life Orb, and Helping Hand. We're still just sitting pretty, and this is all before Aurora Veil, so we're good. I think this is a good spread. This is gonna be fine. Let's go ahead and fill this out a little bit. So Freeze Dry, of course, and then Hydro Pump as well. We want to have the most amount of damage, but also have Freeze Dry for Gastrodon, because Gastrodon's going to be pesky. We have Freeze Dry, Hydro Pump. What else? Thunderbolt? Probably Thunderbolt, because then we have, you know, we can set the electric terrain so that we don't get slept by Amoonguss if they set Trick Room or anything. And you kind of just go for, like, Thunderbolt turn 1. Especially if they have Amoonguss, if they lead Amoonguss, you know, the other Pokemon has to put in a lot of pressure, and if it doesn't pressure Lapras a lot, you just set up Thunderbolt, and then, like, you don't really care about their Amoonguss, right? Like, that's kind of the idea here. So, Lapras, I like this spread. I think it's pretty solid for it. Talonflame. Tailwind, Taunt, 1 attack, Protect is probably how it's going to go. I think we need Protect because of, you know, Fake Out. Item. It's actually a good, I don't know what I want here. We could go with like Sharp Beak and then go with like Brave Bird for the last attack here. I probably am gonna go with that, and we're probably just gonna have Arcanine in the back for actual like fire spread, but it's just gonna be Heat Wave probably with like Snarl, Will-O-Wisp, Protect, defensive calc, and so on. But we'll see. Talonflame. What do we want here? I mean, we could go a Sash, and then we can like pretty much guarantee that Tailwind goes up. So that's what we're gonna default to right this second. That's what I like. But we are going to be also pretty bulky. Probably just like 252 in HP. How fast do we need to be? I kind of want to just make sure that we outspeed every opposing Talonflame, because I expect to see a lot of Talonflame. We're at 195, which actually outspeeds Weavile as well, which is kind of insane. Right? That was 194. Whoa. That's kind of insane. So that's cool. We outspeed that guy. Alright, so we have a free Colossal matchup, right? Like, it's really good. We Tailwind and then take out the Colossal. Like, I mean, let's double check our calcs real quick. Lapras takes out like guaranteed Colossal. It should, right? Even if it's like 252 HP. Dynamax. Max. Oh, we don't take it out actually. But this is without Life Orb and without Modest. And without investment. Yeah, so we definitely take it out. That's without Life Orb. Actually, you know what? If we can calc this without Life Orb, and like everything else that we need to hit without Life Orb, we could just go with Light Clay anyway. You know, that could be an option. But yeah, look at, I mean, this calc, 252 Life Orb, max Geyser into max HP Colossal, Dynamax hitting 130 to 154. That's like huge, right? Like, that's crazy. Now, if it goes for a Protect turn 1, and then we only do, I mean, if it's not Dynamax though, it's hitting 260 to 309, which is not enough to kill it next turn. But maybe with Brave Bird actually. So 25%, this is through Protect. So 261, that's the lowest roll. So 261 times 0.25 is 65%. That's so much damage. I mean, that's enough to where, like, his own Weavile is probably going to kill him. Like, with Surf, you know? And if we bring, I mean, I thought about bringing Urshifu in the back as well. And then we have Aqua Jet and we just take it out immediately. And there's, like, no worries, really. So, yeah, I mean, that seems good. Although that is putting up a core. That isn't perfect, right? We're, like, 2 Fire-type Pokemon and 2 Water-type Pokemon. Like, just overlapping in general is not perfect for the team. Yeah, that's not great. Let's look at Talonflame. What do we want to calc for Talonflame? I still don't know what we're trying to deal damage with, in, like, as far as it, because we could go with Flare Blitz, but I think Brave Bird's probably just better, because then if we go for Protect turn 1 and then Brave Bird turn 2, we still get that extra bit of damage with that priority, baby, because priority is really good. So let's check it up. Talonflame with, let's do Sharp Beak, Dynamax, Brave Bird, not maxed, Sharp Beak. This is with 252 attack. That does no damage. It does no damage to Colossal. I don't think we're too worried about that, though. He's gonna kill his own guy, right? Weavile, 252 attack, Jolly, so it's minus special attack. Surf, I mean, it only does 11 to 15. So yeah, I mean, is Colossal doesn't run HP though. Like, that was just an optimistic spread, right? Let's run it back. 252. Hold on. Yeah. Without HP, or like with 4 HP. That's 1, not 4. 1 HP. 4 HP. We are hitting, let's put this to modest. Life Orb. Dynamax. Hydro Pump. Hitting a lot of damage. And this is 304 this time. So 304. 04 times 0.25. We are hitting 76%. At a low roll, we are hitting 76% through Protect. That's a lot of damage. But then it's activating their Steam Engine, and the next turn they can Dynamax, and then they're looking good. So that's kind of, you know, kind of bad. Lapras doesn't have any spread. Maybe what we do against Colossal is we attack with our max turn 1, right? And then switch our other Pokemon into the Urshifu to drop that Aqua Jet threat. And it will put Focus Sash on the Urshifu. Oh man, I'm trying really hard to figure this out to make this work really well. Lapras, Talonflame, Arcanine, Urshifu. What else gets a priority move that would be fine? Thwacky? How? That's a little wacky. Heh. Thwacky. Alright. I'm serious. Don't laugh. Right? Anyway, so Colossal for Dynamax, Grassy Glide. Let's check this out. Because then we can switch into that turn 1. Volcalith will do no damage to that. Because it'll be Eviolite Thwacky with HP investment. So, like, yeah. But it still looks like we're doing even less damage. Because that would be the answer. But, look, so 76 damage, and then he does about 10, and then I do about 10. We don't kill it after Protect at a low roll. But if we don't get only low rolls... No, don't calc for low, not low rolls. Calc for low rolls. Alright. This is going to be a long video. We're halfway through the team. We don't even have spreads. Like, this is going to be a long video. So bear with it. That's buckled down. What am I supposed to say? Alright, so Arcanine, Talonflame, Lapras, Thwacky. Locking it in. We're putting it on Thwacky. Grassy Surge. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are still hyping up Thwacky a little bit, but, you know, Grassy Glide. I'm going to bring Protect on this Pokemon, definitely. Grassy Glide is pretty much just a Grassy Glide machine with Grassy Surge, which becomes good. I mean, Aurora Veil, Eviolite Thwacky with investment is unbelievably bulky still. I mean, 70 HP is good, 70 defense, and 60 special defense. None of that's really good, but with Eviolite It's all fine. 90 base special defense with Eviolite, and then like around 100 for defense. Like, okay, Thwacky, you're living. It's probably just gonna go all into HP, maybe attack as well to make Grassy Glide just absurd. Do we get knockoff and fake out still? Cool. It's just baby, like it's just Eviolite Rillaboom. That's really all it is. Like, I think it'll be fine. I mean, our attack stats obviously poo-poo compared to it. It's like this guy's is what, like 125. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot less damage, but Grassy Glide. We still have Grassy Glide. That's what we wanted. All right, so Grassy Glide. We have Lapras, Talonflame. We have Arcanine, Thwacky. We now have a Fire Water Grass Core, which is cool. Dual Fire, though, which is like medium. We could go with like something like Gastron to cover that, but then we have Dual Water also, and we just died a Grass type Pokemon, which aren't really that good right now, but still. I mean, we still have Thwacky. I think Thwacky might actually be the best Water type, or the best Grass type Pokemon. I think Thwacky might be the best Water type Pokemon. Bro, some of the things that I say, it's too early. It's way too early for this. I just like woke up and started doing this. Anyway, Thwacky. Grassy Glide, knockoff, fake out, protect. We got Eviolite, Grassy Glide. I like it. I like Thwacky here. What else do we want that's going to be good with Tailwind? I want another good Pokemon with Tailwind because, like, I mean, if this is all we're getting value out of, I mean, Arcanine obviously is very fast as well. I kind of want to EV it to outspeed. I don't know what I wanted to outspeed. This is how it used to be. 220 with Timid. That was like the standard before, 157. But now with Tailwind as well. But it's not like always going to be brought, right? So like, and Tailwind won't always be brought as well. Tailwind's really good. I don't know. Honestly, Talonflame might like go away too. But this like helps us with Colossal. What do we do against Porygon Z? Like, this is really bad to PZ. PZ kind of just destroys me. Like, what do we do for PZ actually? Urshifu's good. Duraludon's really good against PZ. Honestly, our other Pokemon could just be like good Pokemon, right? We could also just put PZ Clef on for our last Pokemon as well. Then we have two really good leads. PZ likes Tailwind as well. Lapras, Talonflame lead. Probably not going to bring PZ in the back, but Clef maybe. Although this Talonflame is a pseudo support Pokemon. We don't have damage if we do that. I think I would have to remove Thwacky if we switched it to PZ. But PZ is like really good. Colossal has a pretty solid PZ matchup. How much does Colossal do to PZ? I know I've talked about Colossal so much. I know. But look, it's going to be a real threat. It's going to be a very, very real threat. So, yeah. Anyway, how much do you do? This is not try attack. Hyper Beam. Try Hyper Beam, bro. No damage. It does no damage. What? That is crazy, actually. So, look, Max Strike from Porygon Z into Dynamax Colossal only hits 28 to 33%. That's blowing my mind right now. With Life Orb. But it's modest, and you're probably not going to go modest. You'll probably go timid. Whoa, alright. So that does no damage. What else do we have? Actually, Porygon and Lapras might actually work. Only bringing one of the two, but still, it could work. I mean, this was something that would have been, like, expected, right? But, like, Lapras, Talonflame, PZ Clef, and then, like, Incineroar, Rillaboom in the back. But now we have nerfed Incineroar, nerfed Rillaboom. No damage. Like, there's no damage output. When before these Pokemon were, like, damage town, like, Rillaboom and Incineroar had, like, a lot of offensive pressure, while also being, two of the best support Pokemon in the game. Now we have decently supportive Pokemon. Both are very, very supportive. Arcanine with Intimidate, Thwacky with Grassy Glide, but also Fake Out and Knockoff Pressure is very good, but no damage. And I think, you can only bring... I mean, you can bring Talonflame in both times, right? And it does a lot of damage with, like, Brave Bird. Maybe we do just go Shark Beak instead of Taunt and then, like, just kill the Trick Room guy. What is what about PZ? What about like Dark Pulse, Max Darkness into Dusclops? I'm very scatterbrained. As you can tell, when I do these, like, I'm very scatterbrained. I go from here to here to here to here to here. I think that's a fine way to do this, by the way. Anyway, into EV like Dusclops, we are hitting 27 to 32 with a Max Darkness. That's not that much. That's with Life Orb. What about Helping Hand? We don't even hit 50%. That's very, very low damage. That's Dynamax Dusclops. That makes sense. I was gonna say, how are we doing no damage? If we go to Modest, actually though, still don't take it out. We only have a 37%. And that's not like enough to like change nature for, because I don't want to be slower than opposing Porygon Z's, right? Yeah, that sucks that Dark Pulse can't take that. Dark Pulse without Helping Hand. If we expect them to start with that though, we could start with you and like this guy in Talonflame, like Porygon Z and Talonflame, and then bring Lapras in the back and like not even always use it. All right, I think I'm pretty set on Porygon Z Clefairy here for the end. Although this is not, then we don't have Eviolite. All right, bye Thwacky. That'll be something else. That'll be something that can deal damage, but is also a grass type Pokemon that can be good in other situations. Ferrothorn, maybe. I know Moongus could, but like Moongus doesn't deal damage. And I kind of want something else that can deal damage as well. I mean, we could go with like Ferrothorn for like a defensive Ferrothorn, and it's cool because we can also set Rain really easily with Lapras as well. So, I mean, I kind of like the sound of Ferrothorn on the team. It doesn't really get anything out of Tailwind, but like it does get, you know, you bring it at the end of your Tailwind turns, and then, you know, yeah, it's also good against like Trick Room, you know, because like it's slow, like it works good. And Torkoal was its scariest matchup because like it would speed tie with Torkoal, but it had like Eruption and Heat Wave, which is like murder this Pokemon. So yeah, I think it's probably fine. Iron Barbs we could use. So I've been playing a lot of choice band Ferrothorn. I think that's really worth mentioning. It does a lot of damage, which is kind of what we're looking for. So yeah. We don't need 228 speed with Timid here on this guy anymore. I think we might need more though. I think we kind of want more. Maybe we just like go max 161. Is there any point though? Not really to going max here. I think we just want to like outspeed like Kingdra in with Tailwind, because then we could go for like against like Politoed Kingdra lead. We could go Arcanine and Talonflame. Although that sounds really bad. Like they'll just muddy water us. Like we get fast Snarls, but I don't think that's worth it. So yeah, I mean Talonflame is like kind of the worst Tailwind setter in that regard, but Talonflame Lapras is really good against that though, because we just hit it with a Freeze Dry and like do a lot of damage to Kingdra. I mean it's not like an insane amount because it's like just neutral, but it does set up a Aurora Veil and does a lot of damage, and Kingdra doesn't really have any damage that it can do against Lapras. So that, I like that. I think that's a really good option as well. I think I like this. I think this squad seems pretty solid. I'm trying to think if there's any glaring weaknesses. Well, we do have one ground immunity, which is really good. So we have pretty safe switches in. Porygon Z plus Clef as a lead, and then Talonflame Arcanine or Talonflame Ferrothorn in the back is really good. And if we don't expect to max it turn 1, Porygon Z doesn't have to max, then we can max Lapras in the back. But Lapras really gains the most amount of benefits from doing it early. Now we could also try a Choice Spec set with Porygon Z and be like really, really powerful Hyper Beams and stuff, which could be cool. But at the same time, I don't really want to like lock myself into Hyper Beam. And then Hyper Beam turn 1, get a knockout, sure. But then like turn 2, we just have to recharge and then have Clefairy out there just sitting and like probably protect, and then we probably also then just lose Amon, and then we traded essentially 1 for 1, where my turn 1 was insane but his turn 2 was insane, and then we're kind of just sitting there neutral at turn 3. Yeah, then I could bring in Lapras, but Lapras only works in certain matchups, so if we play against something like Goodra or something that kind of could just wall out Lapras for the most part, then we're not doing a lot of damage, and like the rest of the turn kind of just spirals out of control. But Lapras does do a lot of damage to Goodra because it does have super effective spread. But at the same time, like Goodra is unbelievable natural bulk for special. Goodra is a Pokemon that I do think is worth respecting this format. Like Assault Vest, Goodra I think is really respectable. Also weakness policy with like things like Comfy. We've seen that a lot recently, but I think, you know, with the bans, the implementation of the bans, I think it makes a lot more sense to use it Pokemon because Goodra's just so powerful. So this is pretty good so far, but Lapras and Porygon Z kind of fight each other for the same position, right? So I kind of don't think it works. I like talked myself out of it. Lapras, Talonflame. We're back at the beginning. We're back at the beginning with Lapras, Talonflame, Arcanine potentially, and Ferrothorn potentially as well. Now, of course we can run this, right? And then that's fast and good. Like Lapras gets a lot of mileage off Tailwind, and so does Arcanine. But then we could also bring things like Conkeldurr and Dusclops in the back. And that could be really good as well. Because then we have a really strong Trick Room engine as well as a really strong Tailwind engine, since Conkeldurr can also get a lot of value from Tailwind if it just invests a little bit of speed. It doesn't need a whole lot. I mean, we saw this on Aaron Traylor's team that he got first at Dallas Regionals back a little bit, you know, a few months ago, like 5-6 months ago. And that was really good. Like a hybrid Trick Room Tailwind team where Conkeldurr is like kind of the cleanup for a lot of stuff. And nothing really competes for anything here. I mean, this uses Eviolite, which, like, you know, nothing else on my team is going to be using. And then this also uses Assault Vest, which, once again, nothing on my team is going to be using. Which is good. We were also looking for another physical attacker, but actually kind of would rather a special attacker because now Intimidate kind of eats my team. And Arcanine just destroys Ferrothorn as well, so... You know, Arcanine puts in a lot of work against Conkeldurr and Ferrothorn. It was also really annoying for Talonflame. We are taking little damage, though. Like, Lapras with Dusclops and Conkeldurr is really, really strong. Like, those Pokemon in the back are not going to be taking much damage after an Aurora Veil set. But you taunt our Dusclops, and Dusclops is now doing no damage. Maybe running Pain Split on this team could be really good. We don't need Bulldoze, so we don't need, you know, any weird moves. So we could potentially run, like, 2 damaging moves here just to make sure. Like, Will-O-Wisp and then also... the Trick Room, and I think that could be really good. That provides us a lot of utility with Dusclops and Lapras, so that's really cool. Conkeldurr, how fast do we want Conkeldurr to be with Trick Room? I guess like the only things we really need to outspeed is like things like Duraludon. Duraludon does kind of pose a threat because Lapras doesn't really do much damage to it, neither does Talonflame. Honestly, nothing on my team does except the Conkeldurr. So if we can outspeed that, and that hits 150 at max speed, so like this gets us there, right? 76, I think that's right. And then we just go all into attack, and then the rest here probably put on an attack, so I can just put this up 252, and then the rest into HP. That sounds pretty good. I think probably going to be Adamant Nature as well. Just doing a lot of damage. Mach Punch, close combat, maybe Drain Punch is the best. What do we get against Duraludon? I'm trying to hit like most of the threats of the format. Like we have a positive Duraludon matchup with Conkeldurr. We have a pretty positive Lapras matchup as well with Conkeldurr. So Conkeldurr gives us a lot of utility there. But then, you know, we kind of have a hard time dealing with opposing Arcanine because Ferrothorn sucks against it. Talonflame sucks against it. Conkeldurr's like okay. But like it gets intimidated. Ferrothorn dies. Lapras isn't really good without Dynamax. So yeah, at that point maybe we change out like Ferrothorn. And I still think that then we have like a pretty positive. Well, what do we hit? 98 speed then. That's good under Trick Room as well. Like mid speed Trick Room is good as well. And then we also have options for like Dusclops and Lapras as well. I think we're kind of just like winding up without. Like, I don't know how to word what I was about to say. I think we're kind of just like winding us up for failure though, like trying to do too many things at once. Just doesn't really seem like it works, right? Like it never really does work when you just try to do every single thing with every Pokemon. But I think that's fine. Because look, if we only have a bad matchup with Arcanine, if we just like, how do we deal with Arcanine at this point? Like Conkeldurr. Alright, Duraludon, let's figure out our Conkeldurr, right? Conkeldurr. Let's get close combat. I mean, I'm kind of leaning for 4 attacks with or like 3 fighting, like Mach Punch, Drain Punch, Close Combat. I'm kind of leaning for that. What did I just say we had a bad matchup with? Opposing Lapras and Arcanine. Is there anything that Conkeldurr can get that's super effective against Arcanine? I don't think so. I wish we had like Water Punch. We have like Ice Punch and Thunder Punch and Fire Punch, but yeah. Anyway, no maxing. We're just going to close combat against Duraludon. This is not enough damage. Why is that no damage? This is 252 HP. We still don't do it though. Like with Helping Hand, we don't do it. And there's no Helping Hand on our team, but still. I think it's probably fine though, because if we're two-shotting everything, like with Aurora Veil and bulk, we're getting like more, or like way more than two-shotted. Like we'll probably get three-shotted. So like if you know, set up every turn like to two-shot or three-shot everything, while they're 3 or 4 hitting everything, like that's probably fine. Ferrothorn does a lot of damage. I need Talonflame to do more damage, I think. I don't know. Honestly, man, I don't think Arcanine is going to do it for me. I think I want something else that can deal with Arcanine pretty well as well. But without being, like, destroyed by things like Ferrothorn. But, like, Talonflame doesn't even have Fire Spread. Maybe then we put Fire Punch on here, right? Because I was looking for a 4th attack anyway. Rock Slide sounds like really good for it, though. Especially after Tailwind. Like, it'll be, like, pretty fast. Like, 152 is actually really fast, so... Rock Slide's good. I don't know. Maybe we just go 2 attacks. Like, maybe no Drain Punch. But that feels like kind of bad. Also, like, honestly, Conkeldurr lost a lot of its, like, meaning here, right? Let's check up how much damage we do to PZ as well. Dynamaxed. We are hitting... That thing does a lot of damage, dude. Why does that thing do so much damage? I think if you're running Modest PZ, you're insane. This is actually not right. So yeah, that's like really dangerous actually. Like I'm probably gonna lose to PZ with Conkeldurr. So we need a different method for PZ. I mean, obviously we can go like Talonflame with Lapras, but then we're not taking out Clefairy, and then he gets 2 turns, like, which is really bad. Ferrothorn deals with PZ, right? Because PZ can't do anything to Ferro. And it's still a lot of damage. Like, it's still 2-shotting, which is, like, crazy. And that's with some, like, special defense, you know? Like, that's kind of absurd. And it still does that much damage through. So yeah, that's really bad. I don't think we have a great matchup with PZ. Ferrothorn. I mean, we can set Trick Room, which is obviously good. You know, like Dusclops, you can't take the turn 1 knockout against Dusclops. We can lead Dusclops plus like Ferrothorn and then take out the Clefairy the next turn. And then Dusclops like Pain Splits away or something, which is good. And then Conkeldurr comes in a little bit later and takes that knockout. So that's fine. Like I think we'd have a pretty okay PZ matchup, which is something. I want to have this last Pokemon deal with... What do I need it to deal with? Arcanine. It needs to beat Arcanine. We have a pretty we have a good matchup with Duraludon with the Conkeldurr. Ferrothorn helps our Trick Room. This is a really good Trick Room engine. Honestly, Urshifu kind of seems kind of nice at the end here. It cleans up really well. It doesn't have Focus Sash, though, which is unfortunate. And we can set our own rain. So, like, that seems really good. Maybe Focus Sash Talonflame isn't the way. What are people running Talonflame with right now? Is it just, like Sharp Beak and, like, Life Orb and stuff? Safety Goggles. I like that. I think that sounds like a really good option, actually. Because, listen, so if you think about it, now Talonflame deals with Amoonguss really well. Because nothing else really does. I mean, Ferrothorn does, like, a little bit, because you can, like, 2-shot it with, like, Gyro Ball. Or Iron Head, rather. We'll have a really positive matchup against Amoonguss with Talonflame and Ferrothorn, then. Safety goggles. Then we can't get spored like or slept like turn 1. We actually get through rage powder then too, which is really good. All right, so I think that's good. Fast bulky support. I mean that's like exactly what I want here. Just like max. Yeah, I mean it's the same. Yeah, that's fine. Tailwind taunt. I think taunt's gonna come in a lot of handy here. Ferrothorn, we're gonna calc some stuff for Ferrothorn and Dusclops here as well. But Urshifu is gonna be our last Pokemon that we're looking for because it just sounds like it works really well, right? Fast Aqua Jet of course as well. And then we also have fast surging strikes and close combat. Like I think that Pokemon has a lot of potential to be really strong. I mean, obviously everybody's saying that it's gonna be one of the best Pokemon in the game right now. With this upcoming format, which I wholeheartedly believe in. I think it's an unbelievably good Pokemon. So, yeah, but our special defense is awful. Special defense, we are kind of lacking in the team. I mean, obviously, like, Lapras has a pretty solid special defense, like, base. Ferrothorn is also very good base. I mean, honestly, it's a very Lapras-centered team, which makes sense. We can run Lapras, Dusclops as a lead a lot of the time. Lapras plus Lapras, Talonflame. So most of the time we're going to be leading Lapras, Talonflame, and Lapras, Dusclops. And then potentially running like Dusclops and like Trick Room. As long as they don't taunt me. And if they taunt me and then we can't set up Trick Room, then we're going to faint. We're going to lose a lot of the time that when that happens. We have to go Jolly here so we can speed tie at least opposing Urshifus. Yeah. So you're done. This is going to be 3 attacks, I think. No, wait. Didn't we say, we said, no? We said no to that? We said Rock Slide instead. I think that's cool. Like, that's probably really good. Dusclops, let's go ahead and calc a little bit. I'm doing most of my calcs without Aurora Veil, by the way, because I think with Aurora Veil, if you like, the plan isn't always gonna be having it. You know, obviously we want to max Lapras turn 1 and use Resonance like most of the time turn 1, but I don't want to be locked into that. I don't want to ever feel like pressured to have to do that. You know what I mean? Also, by the way, like Tailwind makes Urshifu amazing as well. Now we do kind of lose to Arcanine. How much damage does Urshifu do into Arcanine actually? That's a good one to know. Alright, let's just do 252 HP, and then, like, with Intimidate, although it doesn't matter because of the one thing. Why can't I type in, oh, I'm in the items. Intimidate. With, like, I don't know, like, a random number, you know? I don't know. Random number. Anyway, Urshifu, I don't think they're on here yet, so we're gonna use Poliwrath. And then we just have to get its attack stat. Its attack is crazy. 130. It's a really good attack stat. 130. With, we're going to use Tail Slap. 3 hits, criticals at 25. Criticals go through. What am I missing? Why does it do so much damage? Or why does it do not much damage is what I meant to say. 3 hits. Tail Slap. Are we really only doing 50% to Arcanine? If so, I might have to rethink this. I mean, obviously Lapras is really good at the beginning though. And with Tailwind, we're going to be able to outspeed it, so it can't get a Snarl up turn 1, and we can max Geyser. So if they lead Arcanine, then we're fine. And if they bring it in the back, Urshifu has to deal with it really well. And it might not always deal with it really well. But I still think that's probably fine. All right, let's calc some stuff for Dusclops, and then let's calc some stuff for the last guy. What's the other guy that we needed to calc for? Ferrothorn, and then we're going to be done with this build. So if you don't care about calcs, you can just do something else. I'm going to do some calcs here real quick, though. So Dusclops, what do we need to calc for? Well, we already saw that Porygon Z doesn't do that much damage. But I would like to make it like a guaranteed 2-hit KO. Or a guaranteed 3-hit KO if possible, but I don't think it's possible with Helping Hand. Yeah, it's not. But we can make sure that we're safe, right? I don't want all that into special defense. Like, that kind of sucks. Let's make it relaxed. We're still living, which is good. This is probably as far down as we can go. No, right here. All right. 108 special defense. Then we guaranteed live max darkness from Porygon Z. That's what we wanted to live. Now, what else do we want to live? I mean, obviously everything. You know, like there's nothing that we don't want to just live. You know, what other threats are there that are going to be really threatening to this with lead, most likely? Colossal. I would not mind to live Colossal's attack. Special attack. 252. Let's go for a meteor beam. Oh, is that new too? All right. What's that attack? Ancient power. Ancient power. Max, but we're gonna change that to 140. Yeah, we're not worried. We're not very worried about that. This is not with weakness policy though, so +2. That's gonna be hitting about 70. Into 108 special defense with Eviolite and 252 HP. So I'm pretty comfortable with that as well. What else do we need to live? What other big things do we have turn 1? Well, Terrakion. We don't have actually. So that's another thing that's like kind of bad actually. All right, Lapras. We have to know this calc. We have to know it. I'm pretty comfortable, by the way, with our Dusclops spread. Actually, let's go ahead and finish. No, let's do it first since I already like got rid of it. Lapras, 252 attack. Modest with Life Orb. So much damage. Hydro Pump into Terrakion with Max. Oh no, that's not good. I needed that to be a kill. That's really bad actually. Because beat up still gonna do a lot of damage, or like not much damage to it. So I mean, I guess like if we get a lot of damage off, then we can switch into Urshifu next turn and then go for Aqua Jet, just to carry off our win with the Terrakion. I think that's what we have to do. So what we have to have for beat up. So that's okay. We will lose our Lapras though, and we don't really want to lose a turn 1. But then they have just like a beat up user, and we Aqua Jet in. What are the best beat up Pokemon now? Just Weavile, Sneasel. I saw Salazzle. There's a good bit. I think we're okay. I think we'll be okay in the beat up matchup. We'll probably be okay. Now, like, Intimidate sucks against my team. Intimidate's so good against it. Oh, well. Alright, so this was 108. We'll put the rest in defense, other than HP. Boom, and then we'll relax nature. And then 0 speed as well. Conkeldurr has enough speed to outspeed Duraludon. Takes out Duraludon, which is very good. Looking pretty good. Honestly, Helping Hand could land on this set. That's definitely something that could happen. Next, we'll calc our Ferrothorn and put in some stuff. Choice Band, Iron Barbs. Let's see how much damage. Actually, so this is something that we might be able to take out Lapras Mirrors with this. So let me double check. Because I know you can do a lot of damage to that thing. Ferrothorn, Power Whip, Choice Band does a lot of damage. That thing's not max though. Helping Hand as well. 220 attack, 250. What about 252 with Adamant though? Still not taking that guaranteed knockout, and that's with 228 HP and 124 defense. So that's a lot of calcs for that. That is with Helping Hand though. So that would be if we put Helping Hand on Dusclops, and then we could lead Dusclops, Ferrothorn against opposing Lapras teams, as well as you know, being able to deal with other Pokemon. Honestly, the only Pokemon that we're ever gonna max is Lapras and Urshifu. But like Conkeldurr probably won't be maxed. Ferrothorn probably won't be maxed. Talonflame won't be maxed. Dusclops, we might max Dusclops though. No. Anyway. Gyro Ball, Iron Head, Power Whip, and what's the last attack that we wanted? Oh, I might go Explosion. That's what we did the other day. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Alright, so this is going to be Brave Nature, not Adamant. 252 attack. We want to just do as much damage as possible, right? And then probably like the rest in HP. Let's see some calcs. With I think we're going to get Rain up a lot of the time. Right? Because we're going to max Geyser. We're going to max Geyser a lot of the time. Holy crap, this is a long video. If you're still here, you the bomb. You the homie. You the bro. You the boy. Or gal. You the homie. Anyway, so we're doing a lot of damage here. But not enough to ever take the knockout guaranteed. 37% is really low. And that's with a weird calc, like 228 HP and 124 defense. Like every point that goes down, we're doing more damage. But like we're probably not doing more damage. Alright, let's go ahead and erase one of the attacks maybe. Why did I want 2 attacks? For the PZ? I really want Helping Hand. I'm sorry. We're going Helping Hand. Ferrothorn. What else do we need? As far as HP and stuff goes. Let's make sure we live Arcanine with like a random number there, and then Heat Wave. Like a random middle number. So yeah, we just don't care. We're Dynamax though. Yeah, that's fine. We live that guaranteed. That's okay. Like we're not gonna be like they very rarely have any special, like any special stuff there. And this is without Rain as well, so like Rain would be taking half damage a lot of the time. What other fire threats are there? There's Talonflame, Brave Bird, or not Brave Bird, Flare Blitz. With Rain, let's go ahead and calc with Rain. Rain, and then we're gonna have to put a little bit of HP or defense. Oh wow, that's with 252. Oh rip. All right. Oh, and then like, what about that? Right. Oh wow, we're way over. Okay, so yeah, that's really bad. Flare Blitz is really bad. Although that is Adamant with Life Orb. I think this has to be Jolly in this format. And Life Orb probably won't be there. And actually, that's really good. 24, 228 HP and 24 defense puts us in range of 82 to 99 for a Jolly Life Orb Talonflame. I kind of like that idea. So that's good. So Rain puts us away. Like Rain keeps us alive. So I think honestly, if you bring Ferrothorn in the back, it has to either really clean up under Trick Room in that game, or it has to be a game where you set Rain with Lapras. But I think either way, that seems pretty good. And that's what. Wait, was I at 24? What an idiot, right? 28. There's no difference. That's what we wanted anyway. All right, so that is going to be our team. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. The team, let's sum it up. Let's sum it up real quick. All right, so we have Lapras. We have 2 different modes. We have Lapras Talonflame for safety goggles. We set up Tailwind. We're really fast. We're really strong. We're really fast. Now Lapras is taking out things. Oh, excuse me. Lapras is now taking out things like, Colossal left and right. You're gone. Get out of here, bud. We take out things. What do we do against Porygon Z? Well, against Porygon Z, we have a similar game plan as well. But in Porygon Z, we set up Trick Room. Porygon Z, PZ Clef cannot take out either of these Pokemon. We lead Dusclops and Ferrothorn. Now, Ferrothorn is going to be Iron Heading. We're going to be taking out Clefairy. Now, let's check this calc real quick. Because if we don't take it out with one shot, then that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, but we don't take it out. Oh no, I was supposed to take it out. All right, so a little bit worse of a matchup. Maybe Nightshade. No, we don't want a Nightshade. So PZ Clef is going to be a little bit hard of a matchup. And that's not a matchup you want it to be difficult in. Now, we set up Trick Room. Now, next turn, Ferrothorn's first. We go ahead and attack in, and then we Pain Split because it attacked us twice. Goodbye, Nightshade. I think Pain Split is actually going to be better for the PZ Clef matchup. That's why we had 2 attacks initially, but we're still making some last-minute changes. Now, PZ Clef, now what happens is you go Ferrothorn, Dusclops. They can't take a knockout turn 1. They'll most likely follow me as well. Helping Hand. With Helping Hand, he still can't take a knockout on Dusclops or Ferrothorn. Good to know. I believe. Let's check that calc one more time. What was the calc? Oh, wait. So we also have Helping Hand with Ferrothorn, takes out Clefairy guaranteed. Now this is another option that we can make, although if we do this, then we're giving up one of our Pokemon turn 2 to the Porygon, and we're not getting Trick Room set up. So that's fine if you bring like Urshifu Talonflame in the back as a fast mode, but I would rather just set it up. And then we have like Conkeldurr in the back and Lapras in the back, and then next turn, whichever one they take out, you bring back in Lapras, and then you max attack with Lapras, and we're looking really good. 98 is still really slow as far as most Pokemon go with mid speeds and stuff like that. We're still very fast once the Trick Room is set. So that's the play. That's what we're gonna do. So against PZ Clef, we have Ferrothorn and Dusclops, and that works pretty well. It's not going to work every time, and it's a really hard matchup regardless, but it is like the best that we have for the matchup actually. And then we also have like Urshifu here with Aqua Jet in the back to just like pick up the clean knockouts on everything in the end. And if he like Dazzling Gleam plus, no, you can't. There's no way for PZ Clef to take a knockout on either of these Pokemon turn 1. So that's pretty good with our investment, right? Because our Dusclops with, whoops, what? I spelled it right though. Why was it not there? 252, 108. Oh, was that sassy? I mean, it's fine if we have to change that over. Porygon Z. Porygon Z. Dark Pulse, we're just not worried about it, man. Yeah. Although that is with that, so if we change this to relaxed. Oh, it's still living. We're living. Okay. So, yeah, that's right. So, we're looking really good in that matchup, actually. I think it's pretty solid. I mean, they'll hit 99% damage, you know, turn 1. But then we get Trick Room up, which is pretty good. Can Clefairy learn Taunt? I don't think it can. Right? Oh, it'd suck if it did. No, I don't think it can. Anyway. Oh, now I gotta check, man. Don't look at this. Don't look at those Pokemon. That's gonna be a future video. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It can't learn Taunt. Alright. We're okay. Don't look at my teams. Don't look at them. Anyway, so that is essentially the play. So PZ Clef we have figured out pretty well. Colossal we have figured out pretty well. We just go for these 2 lead. We set up Tailwind and we attack with Max Geyser, take the guaranteed knockout on Colossal. Very good stuff. That is a great thing to happen. Now, do we actually take... Wait. Did we actually take the knockout? We should. We definitely should, right? Special attack 252. Modest. With Life Orb. Max Hydro Pump. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Oh, that's in rain. Yeah. Regardless, like we're good. All right. So we have a good matchup for Colossal. We have a good matchup for PZ Clef. We have a neutral matchup for PZ Clef. Maybe it's like 40-60 in their favor. Maybe. But I feel like probably as close to 50-50 as we can get with this current team. So we have a good matchup with that. We have good matchup with Duraludon with Conkeldurr and Close Combat in the back. Just take it out. Also, Urshifu is really strong against that with Close Combat as well. So we have multiple there. Against like flying, that's like kind of annoying for this core. We have like Lapras with Gmax Resonance, so that we're not really too worried about that as well. We're very naturally bulky with this Pokemon as well. So that's good. We have Tailwind, which is really good against Amoonguss. We have Safety Goggles here, and then Ferrothorn as well. Ferrothorn Ironhead takes a guaranteed 2-hit KO against them as well, and Talonflame with Brave Bird does a lot of damage. Now, we don't have any fire typing attacks on our team, so Ferrothorn is going to be a little bit problematic, but you know, Conkeldurr does a lot of damage with close combat, / Bonk Punch, as well as close combat here, as well as maybe we need Heat Wave or Flare Blitz. But for now, wait, we had Fire Punch. We have Fire Punch as well, which is really good for that matchup. What else do I think is really a necessary matchup to know is good? Goodra, I guess, but like, you know, G-Max Lapras does a lot of damage. The mirror match, we have Ferrothorn, Dusclops to be a really good, you know, like Power Whip does a lot of damage into G-Max Lapras, and with the helping hand from our Dusclops, it looks pretty good. So, you know, I think it's pretty solid. We have a Fire Water Grass Core as well, which is cool. We have 2 fighting types, which I don't like having multiple, but it's still cool. We also have Explosion here with a bunch, most of the Pokemon having Protect, which is cool, and we also have a Ghost type Pokemon. So worst comes to worst, Ferrothorn, Dusclops lead, and you know, they like call out my lead, and we almost die, but we have Trick Room set up, and then we can go Explosion the next turn, and that can be really good. I think overall, also we have Willows for that turn, so we can kill, you know, or like deal with whatever doesn't kill us, or whatever we don't kill with Explosion. So overall, I think the team is really cool, and that's pretty much the entirety of the team. Lapras, G-Max, Talonflame for a fast engine for turn 1. You also have Trick Room and a good Trick Room engine with these 3. And then Conkeldurr is EV'd out to work really well under Tailwind as well. Urshifu works really well for that as well. So yeah, I think it's good. The only thing we didn't actually calc like specifically was Talonflame, and obviously Urshifu too, but like this was a calc, like an actual calc. But yeah, Talonflame, you know, maybe this will change in the future, like different bulk and different stuff. But I think Jolly Max Speed is pretty good, because Talonflame I expect to be one of the top, or maybe not one of the top, but like a pretty high tier mon. So, you know, I don't want to lose to that mirror match, and, you know, speed tying at worst is pretty good. Anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. It was so long of a video, you know, an hour or so. I hope you enjoyed. And I can't imagine very many of you are still here, but if you are, you mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, join me on Discord, follow me on Twitter. Got a lot of big things coming this, you know, very soon, so definitely stay up to date on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.